Open sunshade. Alright guys, if you own a Tesla and you miss having a display right in front of you, check this out. This is the Hansho 3.7 inch display with an integrated gear stalk on the right side. It gives me all my real-time driving information so I don't have to veer to my right and look at the center screen. I can quickly see my speed, remaining range, mileage, and what gear I'm in. It also shows turn signals, headlights, and the high beams. So I finally found the perfect size center screen that doesn't block the ventilation, but just has the right amount of screen real estate to show all the vital things that I want to see about my car without looking to my right. So check this out. This is the one that I finally found, and I got this from Hansho. As you can see here, this product has not only the screen that I want in the right size, but it also has a gear stock. It brings back the gear stock of your parking, reverse, and drive. And yeah, let's go into an installation with this. All right, so let's open this up and see what's inside. There's an installation video for Hansho. Got some brackets and parts right here. This looks like a fishing wire tool for the cabling. And this is for the wiring harness. Some electrical tape. More cables. Looks like USB-C. Got a Phillips screwdriver and a pry tool. And then lastly, we got a USB-A to USB-C converter and one screw bolt. Actually, maybe two. You should lose one probably. And then lastly, what else we got here? We have the actual mount that's going to replace the top of the steering column. Here we go. So this looks really clean. I like this because it looks very OEM. Oh, it even has a USB-C port on the side. So this is going to go right here. So we'll see how that looks. And then over here, what do we got here? This looks like the driving stock. Reverse, drive, and park. It even has the button again. And on this side, oh, it has another one. I believe this is the difference for either the Model 3 or the Model Y, depending on which car you have. And that's everything in the box. So let's get into the installation. So this is going to go into here, and this longer white one's going to go into here. And then this will connect to a USB-C, and this extension cable is going to go all the way to the other side of the car. So in order to route this cable down here, we need to expose the panels at the bottom. So before I connect it, let's see here, I can connect this to here, just like that. And same with this one. And we're in. Okay, so now we have to fish this wire down to the bottom. All right, so the next thing we need to do is remove this panel right here. There are no clips, you just have to pry it off. So let's use my pry tool right here. So for me, I couldn't remove this panel. It was really hard to remove. I basically ran the wire and I used the included plastic guide cable and taped it to the end just like this, so that I can fish it through. And when I fished it through, I opened this side panel and I got my cable in there and I helped route it down, and now I can finally reach it to go to the other side. All right, so next remove this weather seal, and then you can pull off this and it just comes off like that. And the next thing is you gotta remove this clip right here. Pull that out, keep that safe, pull off all of this weather stripping, and now we can finally pull this piece off. And access this area. So you're gonna need this included wrench or this torque screw to loosen this bolt right here, so that this can slide in right between the bolt, just like that. And then you're going to tighten that so that when you do put this mount here, You can see now the screw aligns with that hole right there. And it just slides right in like that. So let's get those bolts right there. So you want to screw this bolt in now to the bracket that holds onto the gear selector. Okay, so it looks pretty good. So now I can finally start connecting all the pieces in here. Looks good. This is in all the way too as well. And now we can finally install this. So I just want to push it down, hit the clasps on both sides. There we go. All right, getting close. Now we just gotta hide all the wires and conceal it and route it all the way to that side. Okay, so let's now get into routing. I got my cables concealed in here. I'm gonna tuck it in between this area right here. So you could use a tool to push it in, such as this. Make it nice and tidy. Push it in just like that. And then bring my cable to the other side. Just like that. Okay, put back my panel. There, and now put back my other seal. Alright, so now I'm going to tuck in my wires. So you can see here, tucking it in as much as I can. So this panel I could not remove. I'm going to have to also just pull it a little bit and just let it sit in between. Here. Just like that. There you go. There. Push it in. There we go. See, you don't have to take it all out. This is one way to improvise it. And now I finally reached the other side. As you can see, that's the power harness right there, this white one right here. I need to disconnect this. There you go. Okay, so now I found the part that I unplugged, which is this. So it's an 8-pin. I have to match it with the one that's respective to this cable. In this case, it's the Model Y Highland cable. So I'm going to connect that to here. Is to find that right there. I'm going to connect this. I'm going to connect this port into here, which is the CAN plug. There you go. Now I can finally connect my USB-C to the last port, which is this. So this should power up my display. So let's see if it powers it up. And it looks like it's on. Perfect. So now I just have to clean up all the wires, and that's pretty much it. So we want to conceal as much wires as we can. So now I can get this cable, and now I can connect it, and then tuck it all in. Put it right here. There we go. There we go. Final piece. Here. And then the weather strip. Back everything. Okay, let's take a look. All right. Okay, looks like we got everything here. As you can see, we have the temperature outside, which is 93 degrees, and we got our odometer. So let's try out the stock. If I hold down the brake, put it in drive. Wow, puts it back in drive again. It's really nice. Has miles per hour right there. It's going in reverse. Very nice. And I still feel the wind blowing right there. Let's try hitting the button for park. Nice. Love it. Let's go for a drive. But what I really like about this design is how compact it is. It looks OEM, and it fits right into Tesla's minimalist interior. And because of its size and placement, it doesn't block or interfere with the airflow from the air conditioner. You also get a physical gear stock on the right here for drive, reverse, and the park button on the outside, which is great if you prefer having a traditional gear selector. You could even customize the display using the steering wheel scroll wheel and change things like the miles or kilometers, temperature units from Celsius to Fahrenheit, and even the language. Installation is plug and play with the Type-C connection. So overall, it's a really clean upgrade that gives me the information I want directly in line of sight while adding back a physical gear stock. Close sunshade. That's my install and review of the Hansho drive stock with integrated display. I've been using it for several weeks now, and I can definitely say it makes the list of the must-have aftermarket accessories. Use my coupon code below for an exclusive discount. And if you like content like this, like and subscribe. If you're buying a Tesla, use my Tesla referral code too, as it can really help support my channel. Thanks, and see you on the next one.